So 4 great elements, including the 32 body parts for the earth and water. So we recite the Pali. Ayam ko me kayo udam padatala ado kesa mataka tacha pariyanto puram nanapakarasa asuchino ima samingkaye. Okay, these are earth element. Kesa loma naka danta tacho mamsa nalu mijang wakam hadayam yakanam kilomakam pipakam papasam antagunam udariyam kalisam matalukam. Okay, now water element. Pitam seham bubo lohitam sedo medo asu wasa kilo singanika lasika mutam. Ewa maya me kayo udam padatala ado kesa mataka tacha pariyanto Purana pakarasa asuchino. Okay, we stop here. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So as mentioned earlier on, when we are contemplating the 4 great elements, so 20 belong to the earth. This Kesa, Loma, Naka, Danta, Tacho, Mamsa, Nalu, and so on. Now, of course, when we contemplating the 4 great elements, this earth is, in a way, is easy because we can see with our physical eyes, right? So when you see the Kesa, so you can feel your head hair. So literally, you just take the head hair and how you feel is actually hard, you know. And then the body hair is more smooth compared to the head hair, right? But it still have the hardness quality. So in the sutta, like Maharahura Sutta, which we mentioned in the Visuddhimagga yesterday, so the Buddha advised us to see the growth, the rough, the hardness. Of course, when we say in 4 great elements, because 4 great elements arise together, they cease together. But we call it the degree or the quantity. So in the head hair, there's earth element. There's also water element, but water element is little. So when you hold the head hair, of course you will feel the temperature. There's a considered heat. Okay. But the main thing, the characteristic is still hardness. So nail is, of course, when you cut the nail, it's really hard. You cannot find any kind of like water here because it's very hard. And these 32 body parts can be contemplated as earth and also as asubha. Because like for example, nail, after when it attached to our hand, normally because our craving, we will say my nail is good, it's beautiful. But the moment you cut the nail, you see it's just a dead skin only. And then nobody will keep the dead nail. People will just throw away. Some people will say it's unlucky. Unlucky in the sense of when you put the nail, the one cut off, you put on the floor, it might hurt people if they walk on it because it's sharp. Right? So the teeth, the skin, now these 5, we can see with our physical eyes. So during the novitiate, even like now for the monks or for the sale, they recite this again and again for them to realize asubha. But here is also as an earth element. So you can find something. So when you sit down, meditate, sometimes you can contemplate your body part. Like besides looking for hardness, when you feel the flesh, right? So you can just think about your flesh, or you feel your flesh. Your flesh actually is soft. That's why earth element characteristic is hardness and softness. So when there's hard, there's comparative, there's soft, right? And like teeth is rough compared to your tongue. Your tongue is a smooth. And then bones, of course, when you even like you feel your hand is a bone. So when you meditate, we put the hand together. Literally, you can feel the bones knocking the bones, so it's hard. And then some are internal organ. We cannot see the kidney, liver, all this we cannot see. All right, and it end up with this brain. In some of the sutta, it did not mention about the brain, but it put it in the Visuddhimagga. It say it's put under the bone marrow. And in some of the sutta, this Mata Lokam is listed as the last 32 item. But Mata Lokam is considered as earth. Now, next one is watery. Water is anything to do, characteristic of watery will be cohesion because it stick together, and watery. So most of the things we cannot see, but we can see only when we have phlegm, not all the time, of course. When you have a sickness on the skin, the pus come out, blood, sometimes when we accidentally cut ourselves, or sweat. Now, this is good because when you are meditating, you sit, let's say, if you are not in the aircon room, of course, you are sitting outside. Sometimes due to temperature, you feel hot, so you sweat out. So when you sweat out, it's good because you understand because of the heat. Now, 4 great elements, including the heat. So when there's a heat in the body, to adjust the heat, then the body naturally sweat out by itself. So you also understand about the non-self. So sweat will be because of sweat, then you can feel the stickiness in the body, right? So the characteristic of water will be cohesion. Cohesion means stick together. Another one is a trickling of fluidity. So fat sometimes, and tears sometimes, saliva, yes. So that's why it's good if you want to contemplate water elements, you can feel it inside your mouth. And then mucus, not sometimes. We don't see all the time. And urine, all right? So that's why 4 great elements you can practice when you go to toilet, you pass your feces and urine. And according to this sutta, from top of from the soul onwards, from the crown downwards, surrounded by the skin, filled with these unclean things, all right? So that's why today I just touched a little bit because some of the students didn't come for the Visuddhimagga class. Now, in the samatha, 4 great elements. Okay, this part is on samatha, all right? 4 great elements is called Chatu Dhatu Vavatthana. You can get only access concentration. In the Vipassana, it is under the Kayanupassana, contemplation of the body. It's called Dhatu Manasikala. Dhatu is elements, Manasikala is attention, paying attention or wise attention on the Manasikala. We just use the word maybe contemplation. Contemplation on the Dhatu, on the elements. So this means that 4 great elements you can practice as 2 types. Okay. Either as a samatha. Now, as a samatha means you basically want to get some good concentration to see the even you practice of 4 great elements. Let's say if you focus on earth, you just focus it until you can get some good mindfulness and concentration. And maybe at that time you also see some light and so on. But the focus is not the light. The focus is try to see the characteristic of the 4 great elements. As a vipassana, you try to see more of the anicca dukkha anatta. Literally, it's a same meditation, same object, but the focus is different. Samatha is to get deep concentration. Vipassana is try to see aspiration on non-self. Okay, so now we go for the topic today. So I am happy, why? Because this week, I managed to teach the same meditation on the Tuesday Chinese class, Thursday Visumaga class, and Friday this class. If not, I feel very tired, 1 week I have to teach different subject. All right, so how many didn't come for yesterday class? Subang only, right?
Yes, Sayaji. Thank you.
All right, the rest came for yesterday class, right? Okay.
Yes, Sayaji.
All right,
No,
so
I didn't
Yes,
attend
Saji.
who didn't attend?
MIT didn't attend.
Okay, so I need to repeat the same thing again.
Sorry.
But
Thank
it's
you.
okay. It's okay. All right. Okay, now when you are contemplating the 4 great elements, means that, like mentioned just now, 32 body parts, 20 belong to earth, 12 belong to water. And we have 6 wind element, 6, and 4 considered belong to fire. So if you calculate, you have 42 stuff. Okay, 42 stuff or 42 types of let me stop this thing first. 42 stuff or 42 things that we can meditate. That is if you want to go very detailed. Now, if you find it's very detailed, it's difficult, there are 42, they are too much. Now, we can go for a little bit kind of like shortcut. Let me cross this thing first. Sorry. Okay. All right. Now, we go for something that, let's say 20 earth. Now, if 20 earth, like we mentioned just now, there are 20. So if you want to go detail, you literally have to go down like earth. You have to go one by one, like head hair, then body hair, then nail, then teeth, skin. This is good for people who have time and who really want to practice in very detail. You have to go elements one by one, like according to the Visumaga head hair, you have to see it, the color. If you want to practice Asubha, you need to see the color, the place, the position, and so on. But for the great elements, basically you take out it. The purpose is to see the hardness, the grossness, because compared to head hair and body hair, head hair is much more gross. Body hair is much more smooth and subtle like this. When you see even the earth element, you try to see the different qualities, Right. So if you practice, you can practice one by one. Now, if you cannot practice in detail, what you do is find the characteristics, these 6 of them, which is actually easy because this is a very general and you can find it in all parts of body. No need to purposely go and to find the 20 body parts one by one, right? So when you sit down, how you do is for the earth, we start with the earth because it's easy. You go to a comfortable place, sit down, then you focus on the solid parts of your body, right? For example, bones, muscles, teeth, and nail, right? So you just close your eyes or you open your eyes. It's okay, no problem. Because 4 great elements, you can practice in all the posture, no matter you sit, walk, standing, right? Even like I'm talking to you, I can focus on my bones, My bones, I can feel it is hard, right? The hands, the bones are hard, the fingers, right? So you close your eyes or open your eyes. The main thing you sit still, focus it on the solid part. So
Mr. Nia, I'm going to have class.
sorry, somebody is talking. Okay. All right. So you just focus it and you feel this one. So You try to find the hardness, heaviness, or firmness according to your body parts. Or example is when you sit down, you feel your buttocks compared to the cushion. Cushion is more soft, buttock is more hard. Or your hands touching each other, you can feel like when your hand you touch it, especially the palm, you can feel the softness and smoothness. Or your tongue touching the teeth, you can feel the teeth are rough, the tongue are smooth. So now you move your tongue. You try now, move your tongue against the teeth. All right. So your teeth, you can feel rough, your tongue is smooth, and so on. So suggestion is try to find the opposite. The opposite means like this: hardness and softness, heaviness and lightness, roughness and smoothness. Try to find the opposite qualities or the opposite characteristic. First, why we do contrast? We call it the opposite one, hardness and softness. Like it first, it's very interesting to the mind, because if you just have to find the hardness in the whole body, after a while you feel bored. So myself try to find in one part of our body which is more hard, another part of body is much more soft. Or sometimes when you sit down, your body feel very, very hard. I mean, in general, you take on the whole body, your body feel very hard. Then after a while, when you have good mindfulness and concentration, your body become more soft, like this. Or sometimes when you sit down, at first your body feel heavy. After that, when you get good concentration, mindfulness, you find your body become light. Or sometimes you feel the lower part of body is heavy, especially when you're doing standing. All right, when you're doing standing meditation like this, sometimes you feel, of course, the lower part of body must be heavy. The upper part of body must be light. Because it's common sense. Because if the upper part of the body is heavy and lower part is lightness, is more light, you will fall down. So literally your body, lower part must be heavy, upper part must be light. And when you are doing walking meditation, you can find sometimes the ground are rough, sometimes the ground are smooth, right? So try to see, we call it the opposite. And always you must come to the conclusion is that this not I, this not mine. When do you come to conclusion? So I received a question today. When do you want to come to conclusion? Is it every time? Sometimes it's good, let's say at the end of meditation or before you, let's say if you are doing earth and before going to do water. So at the end of doing the earth contemplation, you can make a conclusion. It's not I, it's not mine, this is just a earth element. But actually it's better if this kind of knowledge appear itself. Appear itself means that it just kind of like thing or occurs to your mind, because when you see like the elements, like the hardness and softness, it change, or you focus on the head hair, body hair, and so on, you can see it just a nature by itself. It's just part of the body. Okay, when you see it parts of the body, it's not in your control. We try to control the body to some extent, but we cannot be 100% control body. If we can control the body, there's definitely no aging, sickness, and death. Right? So you should do a kind of summary sometimes or at the end. But better if it just arises by itself, then you know it's non-self. Okay, now water. So yes, if you want, you can go very detailed. Like just now mentioned, the 12. Sometimes you focus on your, now we cannot see the bar, unless you got a deep concentration. You can focus your phlegm, your pulse, blood, sweat, especially sweat when you are doing exercises or when you are doing sitting meditation, you sweat out. Or sometimes when you put the hand together, after a while you feel your palm is very sticky, all right? Or saliva, right? Sometimes if you want to find the element, you can find water element inside your mouth. It's very easy. Or you go to toilet, urine. So you can go detail one by one, 12 water elements. Now, if you don't want to go detail, you don't want to remember 12, that you can go very general. General means just focus on characteristic. Characteristic means fluidity, flowing, means like tears, it will fall down. Saliva sometimes is, some people, when they are doing meditation, they find that their saliva is accumulating, it's like want to come out. It's because they have more water element, right? So just whatever you find is a fluidity, stickiness, this is a water element, characteristic of water element. So what you do is shift attention to the 12, like blood, saliva, sweat, urine. Notice the fluidity cohesion in your body. Feel the sweat, like mentioned just now. When your body hot, the sweat come out. Then the body become heat by itself, right? The sweat also come out by itself. Then you understand about this not I, this not mine, it's just water element. Okay, this is how we contemplate the water element. Now, fire actually, there are 4, right? So earth is 20, water is 12, fire is 4, and wind is 6. So if you combine, 42. Now, there are 4 types. Even in the Visuddhimagga, we also read the sutta have 4. Now, warmness means normal warmth of the body. Your body has some heat by itself, 37 something. And then sometimes when you're having fever, the body become more heat up, 37.5, 37.8. If reach 40 is dangerous already. And then there's also a fire. We call it digestive fire in your stomach. Help to digest the food. And the fire that make us old, so aging. So that's why this kind of thing is good to contemplate even in your normal life, If we can control the fire in us, we will not have aging. We have aging because this fire make us mature. Like the fire, the heat will make plants mature, will make the fruits mature and so on. So there are 4 of them. So you focus it. So when you sit down, you focus on the body heat. And you also can focus in the heat in your stomach. We call it digestive fire. So you can put a hand, put on your abdomen. You can feel the heat there, right? So you can put the hand on the abdomen, you can feel the heat. Sometimes you can feel the heat inside mouth. Some people feel the mouth is hot. Like me, I feel myself always heaty. So I always feel the heat inside my mouth. Notice the warm and cool sensation in the body. And always, like mentioned, try to see the opposite. Like inside the skin is warm, right? And let's say if you open a fan or aircon, the outside the skin is cold or cool, right? So try to see the difference. And also try to aware the temperature changes during the different times of the day and how it affect the body. Like morning is more cool, afternoon is more hot, so that's why you sweat, all right? And then nighttime you contemplate the different temperature and always come to conclusion, this is not me, this is not I, this is just a fire element. Now for wind, they are in detail, you can see on the top I put, there are 6 types of wind. This in detail, when you sneeze, outward, the wind coming out, upgoing wind. When you're passing the wind, there's a downgoing wind. There's a wind in your belly. You hear it when you feel hungry. It's cook, 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 cook. Then the wind in the bowel that help to push the food down. There's a wind on to the limbs that help us to walk. So this is good when you are doing walking meditation. Or sometimes when you are doing standing meditation, you can feel the wind is supporting the body also. And lastly, the anapana, in and out breath. So that's why 4 great elements, I like it, because when we practice on the breathing, it's only one here. But if we focus on the wind, there are 6 of them. This means that there are many things we can contemplate. In total, 42 types for these 4 great elements. So it's actually interesting. There are so many things you can contemplate. Your mind will not get bored. But if you just focus on the breathing, sometimes the mind feel, it's only same thing again. You might feel bored. All right. Now, in detail is 6. Now, how are you going to do in general? In general, try to see the characteristic motion, right? You observe the movement or motion, breathing. You can feel the air coming in, going in, coming in, going out, or the stomach in and out, in and out. All right. So feel the air coming in, going out, expansion, contraction of the stomach, abdomen. Feel the supporting when standing. This is important, especially when you are doing standing meditation. Or even you are lifting the foot, you feel the wind help you to lift, push, and put down. And always contemplate, this not I, this not mine. All right. So this in general. Okay, now how are you going to do it? So first method mentioned yesterday. Try to choose the most obvious element. Let's say for some people, they find the body is hot. So the moment they sit down, they feel they sweat all the time. They feel the body is very hot. So for them, the heat, the fire element is more obvious. So he just focus on the fire, right? Which part of the body is more hot? Where's the heat coming from? Is it the head is hot, the inside the mouth is hot, or abdomen is hot? How hot it is, and does the heat change? So you need to see the anicca because we want to move it to vipassana. Try to see the heat. Sometimes it become more hot, more cool, more cool, more cool. And after that, what happened? Or you focus on the earth. And then you focus on head hair. Head hair is very hard. The nail is very hard. Or you focus the body. The body feel very stiff, very heavy. Then you focus on the heaviness. Sometimes heaviness become more less heavy. Or you focus the body lightness. Sometimes it become more light and so on. All right. So choose one element that you be able to see. And after that, find in the rest of the body. Then you move on to other elements. Or if you want to do detail, you can try like Gesa, Loma, Naka, follow the chanting, all right? The head hair, body hair, nail, and so on. Or another one I recommend you all to do, keep the awareness on the body. This means that you don't zoom into any part. So you just have the general sense, focus the mind on the whole body, and let the elements come by itself. This means that you sit down, sometimes you feel hot. But when you feel hot, you don't use the word I'm feeling hot. You just say hot, hot, hot. And you don't even need to label, right? We just have a general awareness. So if you're hot, 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 then after that, the hot disappear. Then something will come out. Or you feel heavy, heavy, heavy. Then you analyze how heavy is it? Where's the heaviness come from? Then you feel your body sweat up. Then you feel, where's the sweat coming on and on. So let things appear by itself. Or sometimes you sit down, you start to feel the abdomen rising, falling. So after abdomen rising, falling, you feel the body is very heavy. So you notice heavy. So let the 4 great elements appear by themselves. So this is called choiceless awareness or open awareness. Or you can follow the sutta. It's like the earth, water, fire, wind, right? Okay, so this we can do it today. Now I suggest is that whenever, especially in walking meditation, try to see, even in sitting or standing, try to see the combination of elements or characteristics to make it interesting. Like in walking, when you step on the foot, not just focus on the foot. You need to find the ground is hard, the foot is soft. Lifting the foot. Sometimes when people lift the foot, they find the foot is light. Sometimes they feel heavy. Why is it heavy? Because they feel that they need to have more energy to lift, so they feel it's heavy, right? But according to what the Visuddhimagga, when you lift the foot, it must be light. But sometimes I feel more heavy. And you try to see in contrast, like mentioned just now, sometimes the skin is hot outside the skin, right? Where I say outside the skin is cool. So you find that like inner skin is hot and outside outside layer of skin is cold. So try to see the contrast or combination. So when you're walking, push the foot is a motion. You can feel the wind element. So standing, you feel the body straight, supported by the wind element. Upper body is light, lower body is heavy. So try to see how the elements help us in our daily life, in meditation time, walking, standing, and so on, right? And then that's how, when you apply in your life, when you're eating, you feel the earth is hard, is heavy, and so on. I mean the food is hard, the heavy, and so on. And the food has moisture, saliva, and so on. And then when you chew, is the heat, right? Then when you're eating, the air, the motion is the wind. So during exercises, you feel the body is hard, the body is heavy, the sweat come out, the body heat, and you feel when you exercise a lot, the abdomen, the breathing is heavy. So try to see how these four great elements are working together. Normally it tries to work together, they try to work together. But the problem is when our elements is imbalanced. So we get sick, we get pain. So when we had too much water, so we feel saliva come out. When the heat, it become too hot, the fever appear. So when you feel thirsty, why you feel thirsty? Because body is heat out. So you need to drink water. So when you practice the four great elements, you start to understand about when they are in harmony, there's a problem. All right. So the purpose of four great elements to reduce the attachment of body, to understand about non-self, to have insight into the impermanence nature of the physical form. Okay, so far it's theory already. Okay, now today we are going to practice like yesterday. Yesterday we only tried 15 minutes only. So today we are doing the first method first. Okay, so I say during the first method, so later I'll tell you, you do the second method, open awareness. So today we just going to sit down. So now you all can sit straight. Okay, make yourself comfortable. Now just close your eyes, open your eyes, up to you. Just focus the attention inside the body, the whole body. Try to find one element that's most obvious. If you find your body is heavy or hard or smooth or rough, this is a earth element, right? So you just focus it on this earth. Or if you find wind element or fire element, anyway, just choose one element and focus on it. After you focus for 10 minutes, if you want to move to another element like water or fire and so on, it's okay. Okay. So anyway, just choose the most prominent one and focus the same elements for the body. Okay, we can start now. Later, when I tell you, you can do open awareness, you will do open awareness. Now we just choose the most prominent one. Can start now. Okay, now we are going to do the second one, open awareness or choiceless awareness. So keep the attention on the whole body. Let the elements or characteristics manifest themselves. Sometimes you feel hot, sometimes you feel cold, sometimes you feel heaviness, sometimes you feel lightness, sometimes you feel the breathing in, breathing out, wind element, sometimes you feel the supporting. So whatever appear, let it be. So we will do another 20 minutes. Later we come to discussion. We can start now. 20 minutes. Open awareness.